Silence, please.
Oh, 08, Roger. What's the surface temperature?
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
What is up, everybody? What's up, what's up, what's up? Alright. Let's go ahead and get started. I think we got YouTube, Twitter going here. We're going to cover a bunch of things again. Going to go over some of the ones we looked at recently, where they're at now, And then from there, we're also going to go ahead and then look over some coins that you guys want today. So I'll be more than willing to do analysis for some of you guys. If you have tokens in mind, maybe start putting those in the chat. Feel free to join the Discord. I'll post a link below the stream on Twitter and in YouTube, or you can just go to my bio in Twitter and click on it, and there should be a link down there. It said no sound. No sound, no sound. Can somebody go on YouTube and confirm that if there is no sound? Can you guys hear me now? Hold on. One second. I'm gonna try to fix the sound if it's not working. Yep, on it. Can you guys hear now? Is that better? If not, I'm gonna just completely switch the sound. What up, Matt? Can you guys hear now? Is that better? If not, I'm gonna just completely switch the sound. I have a new mic on the way too, so that should help. Okay, perfect, perfect. Alright, so like I was saying earlier, I don't know if it cut out, but what we're going to be doing is going over a bunch of things I went over earlier in the week, kind of go over some new coins that you guys want to see. And if you guys want to ask any questions live in the Discord, feel free to join. You can go to my YouTube or on Twitter, and it has a link to it. You go to the link tree, it should have a link directly to the Discord that you can join from. If not, I'll post one below my Twitter video that I posted. So I'll just post a link to Discord below there. You can join. I am in the free section as well right now, so you can join, ask questions on stream if you want to. So if you want to ask questions live, go ahead, join in there. We are actually running a special. Before everything really kicks off, I do think we're going to get a pretty nice alt season here popping up. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and do half off. It's only going to be $150 for a lifetime. So if you join the Discord and you want access to the private section where I am going to do a lot more streams, feel free to join in there. You can either open a ticket or there's a link where it says sign up here. And it is half off for now. And I am going to set up a thing for affiliates too. So if you do sign up as an affiliate and you bring your friends in, you'll get a commission back if you bring your friends into the server. If you're in there and that you like the server so far, feel free to invite them, but they can always test it out first and do like a free trial before. So come and go as you please. You can do the month to month if you'd like, or the lifetime where throughout the years I'll be active. Some months more than others, obviously, but depending on the market. But I'll post that on Twitter now if you guys want to join, and then at the end I'll pull up a link for you guys and show you that. Alright, cool. So what I'm going to look at to start, typically run you guys through what I usually look at. Always start with like the SPY and SPX. One thing you will notice is still pretty weak at the moment, right? But crypto has been pretty strong. I think we are going to get a rotation. I've been looking at Bitcoin versus the NASDAQ. That's really what I've been kind of comparing it to with the tech stocks. And we had the Gartley. This might be old news for some people. I've covered it a lot. But the bullish Gartley called the bottom on the NASDAQ versus Bitcoin, or Bitcoin versus the NASDAQ. It's been super strong. Been simple trend lines to follow with this too. Like we've just been back testing it perfectly. So this has been really helping me out where you kind of see crypto kind of take the lead versus stocks. So right now we're breaking out above all-time high on this. So especially for Bitcoin, it's the highest it's ever been versus the stock market in the NASDAQ. Almost all-time high currently, other than the beginning of this year. But it looks good so far. I mean, this is a clean back test here into the monthly breaker block mid that we had, and then we also had a order block here that we kind of retested into support. So looking good for crypto, and I do think this is going to be part of the cycle where we start to really see things take off. So always check that. Well, I always look at the dollar usually. We are bouncing from the 382, which we finally hit minimum pullback. This has been like 3 years in the making almost. We had a bearish bat, 382 minimum pullback. So we finally tapped the 382 on a minimum pullback from this high here. We do have a Gartley set up here, so we could see this bounce back up, come back down, maybe complete the Gartley, but I am watching an eye on this for when this Gartley does complete down here. It's when we might see the dollar a little stronger. I always look at Tesla. It's one of my favorite stocks to trade right now. Still getting smacked with a lot of other stocks. We do have a pretty much a crab pattern here, down to a 1618. We're gonna see what happens. I'm not really touching this too much yet. Dominance might be going a little bit higher, down up to this 1618, but what was really important for me, I was looking at others' dominance. Bitcoin's going to move first, right? We all know that. Everything crashes. Typically, one of the first things that moves is Bitcoin. And then once Bitcoin moves, then you'll see everything else follow once Bitcoin starts to kind of stay steady a little bit. And let me see if I can find a cheat sheet for that just to kind of give you guys a good example. I have it saved. If I can't find it in like the next like 30 seconds, then I won't worry about it, but just trying to remember where I posted it. Yeah, this will work. This one's close enough. And give me 1 second. Alright, sorry guys, of course I had somebody coming that was going to fix the dishwasher that I had. They got messed up, so he's here, but whatever, we continue. So basically, this is what I had pulled up here. And let's see if he's going to bark. If not, I'm going to have to put it on. Alright, but while you guys can look at this, I'm trying to hold my dog at the same time while doing this, which is going to be a little hard until they finish, but it shouldn't take too long. So basically with this range here, you have Bitcoin make its initial move, then it kind of forms a range, right? And that's when you're going to have your major alts usually catch up. And then you have phase 3. Once you have your major alts catch up, you'll see a little bit more move in low caps. Obviously, this can vary. You've seen Fartcoin move first and a few of the others. And then you have bearish bullish scenario. Bitcoin continues, altcoins continue usually, and then go from there. But dominance, obviously, moving first. Like I showed earlier, we did have bearish divergences. Right here, you can kind of see it on the daily. And right now we are at pretty much the trend. Are we going to get the third drive of bearish divergence here on the low time frame on the daily, or is this going to continue and maybe go out to the 1618 here? So that's what we're going to watch. If we break out past this, we're going to see Bitcoin kind of take the show still a little bit more. We have the 1618 that lines up with the full 886 of the shark pattern that we had on dominance. So let's watch this and see what happens here. But on the daily, we do have bear divs. All right, others, dominance. Well, let's look at total first. Just see where we're at. I'm going to keep updating this even though it's super high time frame because this is important for you guys to watch. And if you've already seen this, it's old news, feel free to skip forward. But monthly levels, right? Test, test, test. It's on log scale. I keep it on log scale here because it's a clear rise and wedge. On the weekly and monthly. So monthly looks really good, right? 2.62 trillion here. That is your support level. It was the top of these monthly candles, the closes. And so far that's been great. I mean 2.61 is right here, right? So it's not really too big of a deal. 2.62 still actually. But what happened? You wicked below it, but your candles, or your body of your candle is still above. So for me that's bullish. If we can get this monthly to fully engulf this candle, like that's gonna look great. Because we swept previous one, if we fully engulf it, we held the candle close above the cup and handle monthly breakout and retest into support, filled the complete fair value gap. And this is everything I talked about in December, January that could potentially happen. And if this happens, this is your last area to bid for the cycle. So that looks good. It's still holding. I talked about it last week that we are looking to reclaim after we wicked below. And pretty much we reclaimed. You can see us get back above, kind of just hover it, and then we got a good huge daily candle yesterday. On the daily, we also have the bullish bat. So bullish bat structure, 0.5 plus or minus 5%. That's important. You want to make sure that your metrics and all your ratios fit. Pretty much 886 here. So again, like I said, make sure it's important. This one still looks pretty good. You have full 886. You're in between 1618, 2618. So most of these ratios look really good here. And you can always test it. I use Carney software, so feel free to go to harmonictrader.com. He has a 2-week free trial for his software, or you could buy a software that will post the harmonics on there as well with your TPs and everything. And I do a lot of it manually. I did learn manually, but I do use his as well, just to back check my work, see if there's anything I missed or didn't miss, and use it like that. But it's harmonictrader.com. You can go there. Scott Carney, he has all the books. If you sign up, you can read them for free. And I highly suggest you do that. And if you're going to join the Discord, mine or his, I would suggest trying to read the books first to get a basic understanding, because it'll really help you understand a lot more when you're watching these streams with the harmonics. One second, I'm going to get some coffee. Drink my coffee. All right, cool. So that's just a bunch of confluence, right? Let me turn on HSI. Let me make sure I have harmonic strength index and everything turned on too, right? So harmonic strength index, it's basically RSI, but just kind of on steroids. It's what Scott has. He uses it for his harmonics. And it's just a little bit more extreme, right? So you can see price actions with everything. So far this looks good, right? Let's see if this shows up on like a 3-day. Once we start flipping this level too, should look really, really good. But we got our yellow dot here, came down into it, we reclaimed, looks good. You go to the weekly. What was important for me to look on the weekly is that we did get the yellow dot on the weekly. What does the yellow dot show? When your harmonic strength index here, you go into oversold territory and then you come out above and you kind of back test, it shows a divergence. So you can actually see like a weekly divergence here. Where you came out, you formed a low, but then you got a lower low, but you got a higher low in your oscillator here. And you back tested it, it shows a divergence. So we did have a weekly divergence here, which is what this yellow dot prints on harmonic strength index, which is great. I mean, that shows that you could have a pretty big move up. And then you're looking on RSI too. I still use regular RSI. If you want to learn more about his regular RSI with harmonics, I would read volume 2. But if you're looking for more of the indicators and everything else that he has with HSI and all that, I would look more YouTube or volume 3 for him. But on the weekly, we closed above and we broke out of a weekly RSI downtrend on Bitcoin. So last time we did that, we can pretty much mark them off and then just go back and look. It doesn't happen often, right? Like 2024, September, before we had that huge move into going into the election back in 2023. And then we had one by the bottom of the cycle. So if you guys remember this one. So mark those off and you can go back and look what happens after, right? Huge move here. Huge move. And another huge move. And now we have it again. So this is something to not fade. It's weekly. We closed above it, closed the weekly. We're above it. Next step, get above 50. We can start getting above this 50 here after we closed above this breakout on the downtrend on the weekly RSI. It's going to be looking pretty good with crypto all the way around. And this is just total, right? So I'm looking at everything. Same thing with Bitcoin though. You're looking at Bitcoin. This one, we're above the 50. Come back. And we also broke above. And we're holding. So this is another thing to look at. We got the yellow dot on Bitcoin on the weekly as well. So we did form that divergence. And it is looking pretty good for Bitcoin. Total 3. Pretty much the same thing. We had a crab pattern here on the daily. And I do want to turn off the pie bands. I don't really use those as much. We flip the pivot area. Let's turn off the harmonics and everything here and just give you guys a pretty clean view. So this is on the weekly for total 3. So this is everything but Bitcoin and Ethereum. So most of your altcoins, right? And this is what I've been looking at for a while. We had pretty much like a kind of cup and handle here, retest type thing. You could argue that this is going to be your entire cup and handle now. And this is just basic shit. I don't really use cup and handle too much, but when you have it on a high time frame like this is where it's a lot more consistent than like the lower time frame. It usually will play out more. But you could also argue that this is just an entire one looking to happen itself. And if we do reclaim and we do get above 1.15 trillion for market cap for total 3, you could have a massive move up, honestly. Especially since Bitcoin's like, what is it, 65% of total market now. I mean, dude, if anybody sneezes some Bitcoin out and starts taking that money and putting it into altcoins, the altcoin market could fly. It doesn't take much to move some of those things, with Bitcoin being majority of crypto at the moment. Others dominance and others. So again, others is kind of a little bit more granular, right? I started with total, then we had total 3, which is everything but Bitcoin, Ethereum. Now we have others. That's everything but the top 10 market cap crypto. Again, harmonic patterns. We had a Gartley. Now we have a bat. Mark in the bottom. So this is T1. You know what? Really want you guys to focus on with T1 here is market, like just market structure with harmonics and the fundamental like structures. Like usually you have your T1, right? A lot of people learn harmonics and then they give up because they get T1 and then it goes back down and they're like, oh, this shit doesn't work. But sometimes you'll have T1, you come back for a type 2 return, you form another divergence here, and then you get a real move. So really understanding like market structure of how these harmonics can play out and just the waves really helps a lot. And once you really dig into it, you can see that sometimes these other harmonics do form within, and you get other stuff like this that pops up. So really understand like type 1 reaction, type 2 move, and everything like that too, and then go from there. I can go through another stream with that in the future if you guys want. It is a little tricky if you're just learning harmonics, but others dominance. So this one, oh shit, a couple things. We do have this lower time butterfly that I was watching. We're staying steady right now. Like I said, we had the Bitcoin move up, right? Bitcoin dominance has 3 waves of daily bearish divergence. It should move first. We do have a bullish butterfly here though. So we have a bullish butterfly here while Bitcoin dominance has a bearish 3 drive divergence, right? So let Bitcoin move. Once this tries to find a bottom here, we do have the bearish div on Bitcoin dominance. You should see others dominance start to rise. So we are seeing reversal signs in both. We have a bearish one in Bitcoin dominance and we have a bullish one in others dominance. So what does that say? It says that altcoins are looking to try to find a bottom here. May it take a little bit more time? Yes, these are high time frame harmonics. This is a span of over half a year. So it might take like a month or 2 or something like that for this to really find a bottom. And this is a type 2 on a larger Gartley pattern that we have. But if you're going to look at this overall, it's a very nice setup. You had your Gartley, you had your type 2. You could argue this could be like a shark or cipher. I don't really use the cipher too much because I find it turns more into a bat or a shark pattern. But even if it was a shark pattern, over here, usually off a shark, you get a bullish 5-0. So say this does come down a little bit more to the 886 into your monthly order block. You test this midpoint here. We've already swept this low over here, which is good for me. I wonder if you can actually see a divergence here on RSI. Check a weekly. Yep. But basically what I'm looking at is these equal highs over here for others dominance to at least get taken out at some point. There's no reason I don't think you can come up and take these out. Just give it some time and let the divergences play out and go from there. So that's just kind of more like an overview, and I check all these all the time, right? Just to kind of see the state of the market, what looks strong, what has a harmonic reversal pattern on it, what's in the PRZ, and then you kind of can get in tune with the market a little bit more, right? So if you're looking at equities, you're looking at Bitcoin versus equities, everything moves off of Bitcoin for the most part. Obviously, there's going to be some outliers. And then you kind of go down, right? You look at total market cap, you're looking at total 3, you're looking at others, and just getting a feel for the market. Because then you can see how altcoins are looking. Is it time to look at altcoins? Is it time to look at Bitcoin? Is it time to look at stocks? Like, what do you think is going to move? And from there, once you get everything all situated from there, that's when you really can like break it down and go into other things. So that's kind of my like little thing I run through when I'm looking through crypto, just to get a feel for the market. You have total DeFi, I mean, total DeFi dominance. Nothing too crazy here, but I mean, there was a trend here since 2018 that we finally tapped the trend line. So I'm going to see if DeFi falls through this, or if we're going to get a bounce on DeFi. Um, actually, didn't look at this earlier, but I mean, you have monthly bullish div. This could still fall. But at the same time, it's something to look at, right? Like, what if we have something come out news related for staking or something like that, where DeFi could really pop off? It would make sense. Like, now would be the time for something like that to like pop off, right? I haven't checked if there's a harmonic here. Personally, I haven't looked at this too much yet, but let's check it, right? Why not? Should probably be using the Cipher tool for this too. Three-day, we got a hop. Just checking Carney software real quick, see if there's anything that I might not see. All time, let's see what retrace all time that we have. Down to a 707. Let's look for where we started our impulse move up, almost down to the 786. All right, say we take a shark from here. 1618, 1.13, right? So let's start there. Go down to a 1.13 here. Maybe look for a range. Maybe we start to bottom in that area. And say this goes down here. We use the end of each of them. Then let's start at candle closes and kind of just form like a little channel, right? So maybe something like this is what's going to play out on DeFi dominance. And I haven't really looked at this too much, so there might be something I'm missing. If you guys see something that I don't, feel free to reach out with that. See, that's too low. I was going to look for like a 886 deep crab pattern down to a 1618. Which is probably exactly where this bounced from earlier, but I mean, so there is a shark pattern here. This could be something that you could be looking at. Maybe this is when DeFi heats up. If we start to form down here, form a nice divergence, and then go from there. But I haven't looked at that too much, right? I mean, just looking at the levels, though. It's pretty, like, clean level that we're bouncing off for total DeFi market cap. Like, historically, it's been a good level. I mean, just looking at this, right? We pretty much had a range. Manipulation stage. Breakout. So this is a lot of the boring shit, right? Like this is stuff that I use to help guide my outlook on the market. And a lot of people just analyze the coin 24/7, but how do you find next narratives and stuff like that? You do this. You use like DeFi Llama and other things to find where money is moving on chain, like what chains have an inflow of capital, and what chain has most volume, and all that stuff as well. So these are like just kind of like behind the scenes stuff that you might not see all the time on when I stream or anything. But I wanted to go over it just to have some of the newer guys or other people that or maybe first cycle and stuff like that to really kind of dive deep into these other charts as well, where you can kind of get a time frame or guess on where the market's going and how you can kind of time that. So those are things that you can look at. I'm going to go into probably Bitcoin, Solana, Fartcoin, and some of those from here. And then maybe we'll look at some Bitcoin dominance pairs as well, which I haven't done in a while. But some of them look really good. Like even FET BTC I was looking at earlier, and that looked pretty good. And then we'll go from there. But I have a couple of requests that people have asked for, and I know if you're in the Discord, feel free to ask too. We got a lot of people in the Discord today. At least 20, 30 people in there watching, and then we got good amount on YouTube, and then let's see here on X. It's been nice to be able to stream on X officially too. I completely forgot you were able to do that. So we got around 600 people for views on X already too, which is nice. So let's start doing these things regular so we can get some more people in here and get some more people watching some TA that's not just bullshit with trend lines. So there's a link to the Discord, and I'll, at the end of the stream, I'll try to walk people through if you guys want. So if you, when the stream ends, it's gonna post to Twitter or YouTube. I know somebody just asked how do we join the Discord. At the end, I'll try to do a walkthrough. Let me just write that down so I don't forget. And I'll share my screen for that. If not, I'll just put out a short video on how to join it and make a short video and post that to YouTube, and I can just post it and do that too, which I probably should do. And with the Discord, I did have a larger Discord where I had some more callers, but I downsized, bro. Like I was just ready to kind of just do my own thing and just have it me, like, and be a little more active in there and just have it strictly TA, and I don't have to worry about people getting wrecked on even some people that I don't really know or say they worked up for it to be a caller. But I prefer to just keep it somebody that I know has put in the work, and that's myself. So all right, let's start with Sol or Bitcoin. All right. So with Bitcoin, there was two things here. I mean, I know I have the D crab here, but this was also just a regular crab. 618, 618, or 618, 1618. Sorry. You had your type 2, so you came up. You pretty much tapped your 382 from here. Came all the way down. You swept, formed divergence, and now this is the next area where I think we should at least get a reaction, or at least have taken out. This is what I've been saying for the last week or so. I was going to say we're going to most likely either bounce from here and take it out, or we're going to sweep this low here, form divergence, and then come and take out your 382 for your next area. And then obviously these will be your next targets. I probably think we're going to see this one next, which is like 96.8. I don't see a reason why we couldn't get into that, especially with everything looking good. I mean, we did finally break out of the downtrend we had. and you have the total reclaim, like all that other stuff I was showing you with total reclaiming that massive trend line, retesting on a monthly. And you got to remember 65% of total is Bitcoin, so it kind of shows what Bitcoin's doing as well. And it looks good. I mean, we had an insane daily candle yesterday. Obviously, we're looking for some of this stuff to really start, but it could be the beginning of it, right? Like, swept, came up. Maybe we have one more move down here and then go. But I'm allocated from 2.62 trillion, like I said I was going to on total. And for now, you just hold. Like, so what if we get one more move down into this area? Maybe for people that are sideline, this would be a good bid zone if we get one more move down. But for me, I'm just holding at the moment. And then taking a few trades on the side. But like I said, 891 or whatever this area, this is almost going to be swept. We've been talking about this for a while. Next area of interest is the 618 up here around 96,843. How's ETH BTC looking? Still fucking shit in the bed at all-time 886. Brutal. I'm not even looking to trade ETH or anything right now, obviously. If you guys want me to look over it, write in the chat. I mean, I can. But I'm just really not looking to trade it at the moment. It's been kind of dog shit. I'd rather trade like Fartcoin or Solana or something, or Sui, AVAX. Maybe we form this crab pattern here. Maybe ETH takes one more shit, and that's the official bottom with the 1618 and 886 all time from here to here. But I mean, it is getting into an area that if you are an ETH believer, you should see it start to bounce like it really needs to. Fucking shitcoin recently. I mean, you can even just tell by looking at Sol versus ETH. Like, it's been, again, going for the 1618 all-time high, other than the wick that we had on one day. And it could be close to the bottom, you know what I mean? Like, this stuff is showing that you are back at a 1618. For me to see Solana be stronger than ETH again, I want to see it break above the 1618, consolidate above it before we get a move back up. So, I mean, it could be at resistance versus ETH. Somebody just said, Ponzi, use this guy's dates to pinpoint the projections. I'd be interested to watch that. He said one last dip before bull run. See, like I said, I'm not opposed to that. Like, I would not be opposed to having one last little retrace before we really start everything. And that's why I said, like, I think we tagged that 89 area. And so what? If we have one more dip, say we tag this, and we get one more dip. Being in spot, it's not going to hurt for me. For some people, leverage and everything, it will. But say we get one more dip and we come down into, say there was like a 4-hour fair value gap. We fill that right there. Right here. Or we sweep these lows that we have or something for one more time, and we finally get the official 382 pullback, which I don't know if you guys seen this, but I'll show you real quick. I have it marked out on this one. We didn't come quite into a 382. And I don't know if you guys have seen. Oh, is that a harmonic there too? What's that, a crab? I'll have to look at that too. That might be up to the type 2. But just weekly from bottom to low, or from bottom to top, we have that typically 382 pullback in a bull run. You know what I mean? So if you're looking on this one, we had a 382 pullback here for this move up, which is typical in a bull run. So say we do get one more 382 pullback, like say we just missed it here, say it comes down to like 735, I think that would be like the last area. That's typical 382 pullback in a bull run in continuation. Whoever Kirby was, I muted you because you were unmuted in the Discord. So, all right. So, looking at Solana, let's just take everything off this real quick. So with Solana, we had the deep crab. We went up to the hop level, retraced. We came down to T2 on the deep crab, which is a 106, formed the body of the candles at the T2 target. There was a crab that a shark I was looking at here as well. And that was from this low, this high, 618, down to a 1.13, which we didn't quite hit either. So that's at 90 bucks. I think if you do get one more move down to 90, that's your last area to bid on this. And might take some time. You might just try to flip over the pivot level here, this price area. I think if you start getting above that, then we start looking at higher prices again. But until then, like, you do want to keep your eye on this because it could be possible that we do one more sweep. Tapped into the monthly OP here. And you can actually really see that here. So let's see. Maybe one more pullback and then we go from there. But overall, higher time frame is still looking really good for everything. It's fine. I'll unmute you now. So if you want to talk in the future. All good. Oh, there was a lower time frame harmonic on Bitcoin that I wanted to look at, and we just completely forgot about it. I think it was on the 4-hour, right? Was I blind? Was it Bitcoin? Might have been daily. Crap. 9723. Where's the 20 take you? 3618 max. 618.5 area is probably close around there. Six one eight was at 96 area that I was talking about, right? Yeah. And this is right into the mid. This. So maybe that's what we get. Maybe a little pullback from there. We're gonna have to see, because sometimes when Bitcoin breaks out of those massive things, it's just so strong, you really don't get pullbacks. Like these will be your pullbacks. Like short, shallow, just vertical accumulation. So maybe we do. If we're gonna continue strong. What's up, weatherman? Welcome, welcome. This is something I had marked on Fartcoin from a previous stream. I was like, what if we just put in a B point for a potential bat here? I think it went a little bit lower. It actually went up to that level. Be like the last bid if you can get that down there. I think there was like a daily FVG into the order block tap there too. There's the daily. There's a weekly one here too, which the bottom of it into this is here. Which those levels make sense, right? So that's one thing with Fartcoin. If you're looking for a spot bid for one more spot bid, most likely I'd be looking down around this level. The last bat played out perfectly. You got here a crab. Oh wow. It's at 1.3. Around that level I was talking about, up to the 0.5. Max extension 3618. Around 1.4. For me, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, I started accumulating down in this area. Most of my buys are down here. So for me, I'm not too worried. Like, yeah, can we dip down below? Absolutely. Is it going to change me and what I'm going to hold it on? No, I think this thing takes out all-time high. It had the most mind share for a meme coin. Like, it was all over social media. It was all over the news. Fucking boomers love it and hate it at the same time. Like, they laugh at it. I find it's kind of like a safe haven. Ski, what's up, man? Saw your message. I'd be down to hop in a chat with you another day, too. Get it up and running again. Maybe we do it in here. But I just looked over like broad overview first. Again, always got to start like that. People can fast forward if they want, or request the tokens if they want it. But just kind of keep your head on the swivel with the market, because a lot of people are so zoomed in, it's gonna bite them in the ass. They're not gonna get positioned again. Those spot longer term plays are the ones where you make most of your money. Yeah, you can have a couple good leverage trades, but they don't show you their losers when they have huge loser leverage trades or losses. So, majority of people will be better off positioning themselves higher time frame with spot at good areas and making way more money with less risk than high leverage intraday trades. And that's just majority of people. Most people have jobs, they can't look at work as well. So for majority of people, much better to go ahead and just look high time frame and look for spots and identify trends that way. It's not what you guys want to hear. You guys want to be zoomed in on like a 15-minute and fucking 20x majority of people and try to get like a 5% move and be like, oh, look at this, but then they have $10 behind it. Or they put it on 100x and then they say, oh, look how much money I made. But I mean, when you have 100x, like certain platforms, like one, it shows that literally certain platforms don't even let you do certain size on the max leverage. So obviously you're not trading with a lot, but people will try to trick you like that too. Especially for the new people. The percentage that you see really doesn't matter. Look at the actual unleveraged percent move. Yeah, that's another thing too, Fader. That's one thing that I don't understand. Like with the high leverage, you're paying way more in funding fees. So if you actually do have a larger size position on there, and I mean, sometimes I'll check funding to see what their funding is, and then on their amount of leverage, and it just makes me laugh. Like, you guys are, sometimes you pay so much fees for no reason, being on that high of leverage. I agree with you, Vader. It's hilarious. But hey, if that's what you guys want to do, and you want to use high leverage and pay more in funding fees, then go ahead. Someone said $4 round trip. All right, what did you guys want to look at? I gave you guys areas for Fartcoin. Like, if you were gonna bid this, I would probably layer if we come back down. Like I said, I'm already in from down here, so I'm gonna continue to bull post it. Yeah, even if I bull post it now and it comes back down, people will be like, oh, you bull posted the top. But dude, I started buying here. This is when I started bull posting. I'm in spot. I will continue to bull post Fartcoin because it is funny. So in the future, do not get mad at me if I'm bull posting and we're at a high. I am down. I am in from down here. Okay. And I will continue to bull post it because it is funny. Someone asked for dominance. All right, so with dominance, the first thing I wanted to, I mean, I haven't gone over this in a little bit.
Sorry.
But this is one thing I wanted to show you guys. We did have a Gartley here. It's kind of easy to see on a weekly, but you really have to go down to like a daily to see this move down that we had, where we put in a B point. So we have our high here, low. This is our swing high here for a B point. We had a 618. Pretty much 618 pullback from there, 0.5, 618 area. And then we had a 786. I have this pulled up a little bit higher, but this line is posted at the 786 here, which was going to be resistance on dominance. I had it to the 1618 for the max extension area, right around there where all the ratios still fit in. But we had a bearish harmonic here, and this one reason with everything else that I said added up. We have a bearish harmonic on USDT dominance, which means most of that USDT typically can go back into cryptos instead of the stable coins. So people were selling their stable coins for crypto in this area. We had the bearish harmonic here of the Gartley. We look for the 382 for the Gartley for the first pullback, which we just tapped. So can we have a type 2 that can play out? Yes. What will that do? People might stable up a little bit more. This comes back up. Then we get the type 2 return. And from there we get the real type 2 move, which could be going all the way down to 618, right? That's type 2. Typically that you would target if we bounce from here. But we also have a potential crab pattern here, which this could be a little bit better, right? We could move it down here. We do have a macro bat that I'm looking to fill as well, which is this large red one. But minimum, I would look for potentially a move down to the 618, which from the old butterfly that we have over here as well, could be a type 2, right? We already actually type 2'd it, but say you come down there again, this you'd find a support probably around the 1272. But that's what I'm looking for. I mean, right now we either continue lower or we do come back up and then continue lower, in my opinion. And if this happens, we get one more small pullback. That's what you're looking forward to? Nice. We're below 50 on daily, which we've been above the 50 since we started this little uptrend on USDT dominance. So we finally broke below it. So I mean, that is early signs of this thing starting to come back down. You know what I mean? Pretty sure the weekly's still pretty strong. We're below the 60, which is good, right? Above the 60, you see some of the largest crashes on crypto. To be honest, I don't know 2%. I don't really look at gold Bitcoin rotations. A lot of boomers buy gold. You don't have as many boomers buying crypto, so it's kind of like an age difference type thing with people buying and stuff. I just think gold was, I've kept it really simple. As in, you had your range, you swept bottom of range, and then you took out your equal highs, broke out for a massive move. And this is what this is basically what I said forever ago. If you guys can pull up a stream I had from like 2023, 2022, like where I talked about gold, I said, if we sweep this and we reclaim this area here, this thing's gonna absolutely rocket. And it has. It's just been fucking insane. Yeah, 2%, you remember it? It was a while ago. And it's just been up only. Like, it was just the simplest trade, too. I don't even know if this really fits, but... I mean, you can probably see one right here. This is probably an 886. I don't know. But, I mean, gold rocketed. You had a bull div there, though. You can see it here. You had a higher high in price, but a lower low in RSI here. So you had a bullish div here. And that kind of just sent it on a weekly. But I haven't been looking at gold too much. I mean, obviously, I know what it's doing. I know it's going ballistic right now, but I don't think it's a bad thing for crypto. You know what I mean? I think Bitcoin's digital gold. That's what people are saying, at least. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing for crypto. If anything, I think it would be more of a good thing. Yeah, Tesla does have earnings, right? Is that today? Is today when they're starting to like release their like cyber taxi thing too? I forget. I was reading something about it. On the 22nd, tomorrow. I think once Tesla actually, if they do get that actually released and they are going to have like automated driving, like no driver taxi system, like a basically Uber but automated cars, you have to really look at Tesla and just reevaluate how much it should be worth. Because imagine having cars driving themselves. You're not just a car company. You're in, get my mic back on. From there, you're also an Uber service, and then you have semis that maybe start driving themselves, and you also are a trucking service, and then there's so many other things that could potentially happen with Tesla, which is why I'm like, if any of these things do happen, I mean, you got to reevaluate Tesla as a whole. It's probably going to split again, but yeah. but I hate Elon Musk. Send it to 0. Alright. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Alright, so I want a list of what you guys want to look at. I mean, I'm pretty positioned for what I want. Maybe I'll go over AVAX and some of these other things real quick, but maybe AVAX is doing what I wanted. I want to take requests though, so let's start them up. Go to YouTube and do it, or comment on Twitter. Comment under the post on Twitter. And let's go over some requests, because I'd really like to look at some things that you guys have eyes on, so I can look at other things as well, other than just what I've looked at. You know what I mean? AVAX, like I said on the last stream, I'm still looking for this bearish market structure to shift to bullish. We have lower lows and higher lows consistently, and if we can get this to form a higher high here, then I'll look for the higher low to maybe get in for a leverage position on this one, because it broke its downtrend and I think it's doing well. But I'd really like to see a market structure shift to give me a little more confidence in this. We are getting above the 50 here, which is a good early sign for AVAX. It's been a while. Like, we actually just got above the 50 on the daily moving average. But give me like a minute while you guys put in requests, and then I'll go over those requests, but just give me a minute until then. Can you guys hear me? I'm back. Did somebody have a question? Alright. Sorry, I had to talk to the maintenance person real quick. Give them some money. Fucking dishwasher, bro. Pretty sure like a fork fell on like the bottom that makes it turn and it fucking almost exploded, I feel like. I don't know if it turns, to be honest. Okay. DJT. Forgot about that. That's his media company, right? 886. Look at that. We going to 6476 for the Gartley? 1272 minimum is typically what you need, but it's fucking close. Still look like a log scale. Yeah. Is there a bat here? Or like a deep Gartley? Where's this high at? This might be. Oh yeah. Look at that. Deep crab there too. Yeah, double bullish harmonics down here. I don't see why this doesn't at least fill the gap. I mean, this looks good. $30 probably minimum. You get OB there too. I'm gonna look at Ine. I saw you ask for Ine. We'll look at Ine. If Heath pops off, I mean, ENA is going to be a good one. So far, it really hasn't been doing much, but I would have loved for a low sweep, but maybe we don't get it. Weekly yellow dot. What are you looking at time frame wise on this? SBX and Giga, I don't know. I actually haven't even looked at those in a while. I've been more all in Fartcoin for memes. Just keeping it simple. Fartcoin is what Murad fucking wished all the other fucking meme coins were. One day mini breakout. I really don't see a breakout on this. Maybe if you're looking like this. But it still hasn't even closed above it. I mean, you could try to maybe long there and just fucking hope it goes. I would look for the, I guess, but you haven't even closed a daily above it yet. I don't think it's broken out yet. If anything, you have like the opening price on Binance fucking acting as a small resistance at the moment. I think personally, I'd much prefer it to get above like this zone, like flip this area somewhere around here, and then I think you can really potentially get a move back up. But I mean, look at this area where it's kind of like gave it moves up once it's held this zone. I'd be more confident there. This will probably, as this goes up, this will probably come down too. So it's gonna take some time maybe before you get impulse moves. But if you can get above, flip this area again while this comes down here, and you get above it here and close your daily on it, then that's where I think you would get more of an impulse move up. It could be the lows that you're forming down here, but I would like to see a little strength. And if I'm gonna leverage trade it, right? Like I'm not buying ENA spot. Maybe I should. I don't know, but I pretty much have my bags, and I would be looking for something like that. Maybe a little more strength into that. And then once you get above that, I think you can target this gap up here. You have a bat, potential bearish bat here. I mean, if I were to take this though, like into that 4-2 level, it'd have to look like something like. Okay, yeah, I mean, that doesn't look terrible. Alright, let's see what else people ask. Let me scroll up a little. Before I do that, let's look at some of these higher time frame ones that I posted them on X, but I don't know. Some of them I went over. FET. So FET, since I've been talking about it, I think I talked about it originally down here. I don't know if this stream was recorded. It might have been. We were at like 4.4, where I said, hey, this is the pivot of the 886. So like, if we're gonna bounce, this is where it's gonna bounce. It's up 41% from there, but when I know for a fact on the stream I talked about around 50, it's around 26% up. And there was just a all-time 886 here. 0.5 plus or minus 5%. Make sure the ratios are within range. You have 618, 886, and we formed basically like a kind of like a little inverse head and shoulders kind of, where you had a low, you swept it, then you came back up, you reclaim, you fill the fair value gap, and you go from there. Now we also have a market structure shift, so if we do come back down, maybe we'll look for bids in this range again. But we hit the pivot of the 886 here, held it, and then that's where we rocketed up. I do think still minimum 1.54 for type 1 reaction off of this is what we're looking at. So we are trading this, looking for it to move up. I don't think we have any yellow dots or anything yet. So we have a green arrow. No yellow dot or anything. We have one on the 3-day. So I mean, it's definitely there on the 3-day right now. So you do have two of them. You have two confirmations for this coming back in. I mean, I think it's a good trade. I personally would have taken it down here. I told you guys too, I'm still more interested in just my spot bags and Fartcoin, but I said this is a trade that you guys can take. Another one, AKT. This one's moving a little slower, and it probably will move a little slower, but it was also in a good area a couple days ago when I was talking to you about it. There's a macro bat and a macro shark pattern here, both aligning at the 886 around $1 psychological level too. You really zoom in, we go a little more granular here. A few days ago, I was telling you this is the level. You probably won't go negative for a while if you're going to take it here. Will it move slower? Probably, but it's a high confidence trade on this area. Even if you're looking for like a low time scalp or something, I mean, $154. Time is it? 12:30. I'll probably stay on for at least another half hour. Let me make a pre-workout first, because I'm going to start drinking it throughout the rest of the stream before the gym. If you guys have any good pre-workout recommendations, let me know. I've been doing a no stimulant, or no caffeine one, but I'm almost done. It was alright, but I'm looking for another one, or I'm going to go back to the pre-gym one. Short answer to what is a type 1 or type 2? That one's pretty simple. I'll show you. It's a lot easier to visualize it. So that's typically like a 382 there, and then this one should be like a 618 unless you got like a shark or something. But typically up to a 382 or 618, you get your reaction, then you get a type 2 return, which is where you're going to see price come back down into the PRZ area and retest it, kind of form a divergence again, and just kind of show that you've pretty much reclaimed a support. And then you go from there where you get your type 2 reversal. Not everything has to type 2, and a lot of times in crypto you will see your type 1 reaction actually go to a full 618 instead of a 382. But this is just basically how harmonics move in market structure within the harmonics. And I see people trade harmonics all the time, but they never use type 1 or type 2. And for me, it's kind of disappointing because you actually haven't really delved into harmonics and the actual market structure with it. And it's very important to do that. You're missing out on a lot of Scott's teachings if you don't actually dig into type 1 and type 2. How is methylene blue, Matt? A couple of my buddies take it, and I mean, I know about all the antimicrobial properties and everything that it has, but I know it's been like a little trend slash fad type thing, but I also know it probably works. Hopefully that answers like your quick question about type 1, type 2. Also, with the type 1, once you get a type 1, you really have to give it like 30 bars. And what does that mean? I mean, let me see if I can pull up Carney software. So, I mean, once you get your type 1, I don't know why this isn't pulling it up, but let's just go without this for now. You really want to give this 30 bars. If you don't have like that type 2 like move in 30 bars, or like if a harmonic's failed, like say you have a bearish harmonic, right? And it's kind of just chilling, or it comes down and you don't hit your type 1 like take profit here, then how do you know a harmonic fails? If you give it 30 bars when the pattern starts, like so if you're on a daily, like 30 days, like a pause, and it doesn't come down to your type 1, this harmonic can be invalidated too. So that's very important to understand when you're looking at a lot of these. And some of these higher time frame ones on the weekly, give or take, price is going to come down and chop for a long time just based on the market cycles. But if you're looking at like, I don't know, smaller ones, and you have a harmonic and you're kind of just going sideways, and or it's failing and you're not coming down to your type 1 take profit, and you have 30 bars, then the harmonic will have failed. So that's like, you got that 30 bar window. Vader, do you mind sending that to me in DMs? I'm going to add you. I've read on it a little bit, but I don't mind reading on it a little more. Pretty sure I already have it saved, but I always like more info. Yeah, I don't really use a ton of stimulant pre-workout either. 10 gram of creatine monohydrate. Yeah, I do like 10 to 15 grams of creatine monohydrate a day. Right around 10 grams is where you can actually like really saturate your brain with creatine as well versus just like your muscles for a cognitive boost. But yeah, simple old monohydrate. I mean, AVAX is a very pivotal point, man. Like, this is another one that I like. I just like how there's not as much dilution as Solana. Just a longer term. Big time's been popping off. This thing's been shitty. Let's look at my baby Ondo again. Ondo's, again, one of my favorites, and I think this one runs up to 1.4 as well. I'm still currently in a trade for this one. If we do start to come back below here for a leverage trade, I'll probably cut it. What's my average entry right now? 753. So I'm actually in from right here. I wouldn't mind adding a little more to this one. And again, I'm only on like 2 or 3x with this, I think. Isolated, only put in what I'm willing to lose. But I did buy more spot around the 886 here, around like 7.4, which was my final spot buy for Ondo. I'm not buying anymore. I sold a lot up here, and then I got back in. But I've been in this one. You guys know I called Ondo like sub 20 cents for spot. So we hit a good like 6-7x on it in the past. I mean, this one was at this peak was like a 7x if you held. But I did say this one I think I can see at least going to like $3 to $5 throughout the cycle. I guess we're gonna have to see. Doesn't mean I didn't sell a lot here and then because it looks scary. We had a 1618 extension from here to here. So we had that 1618 and it wicked, and I'm like, yeah, I think it's time to at least sell some of this shit. But now we're all the way back down to a shark, right? So like I sold when we hit a 1618 or around that area, maybe not the exact top. But then I look for a pattern to get back in because this is a project I'm bullish on. So now we have the shark. So I did get back in. But a lot of my stuff's been higher time frame recently, right? Like I haven't been doing a ton of low time frame stuff. I've just been sizing up on good opportunities I see. So like I haven't really been getting too granular on a lot of these on smaller time frame because no need to. I'm seeing things that I like line up while I'm seeing high time frame harmonics on tokens. Like I'm seeing total like 3 like all coming into harmonics. I'm seeing log scale trend lines, reclaims, retests on the monthlies at pivotal points where your candle closing is above the pivotal point. Hopefully look if we can get a monthly engulfing candle in the next like 9 days we got left, 9-10 days of the month or whatever. And if we can get that move up, we can kind of confirm some of these things for me that I've been seeing a little bit early. I've been higher time frame looking for these moves to find entries to size up on. I know a lot of people have been trading so consistently the last few months, and for me it's just been a waste. Like, why waste my time and energy when I could just find some good trades and size up on them? And it's more relaxing that way too. I'll probably get more granular like once we see these impulse moves. Like that's what I really want to see before we really start getting into things. Like right now, like for example, this 50-day moving average right now on Bitcoin, like or total. Like we just tapped it. Once we start getting above stuff like that, where I'm seeing the trend like really change, right? Like we're early phases right now. Yeah, it's still available, Jesse. Just open a ticket, and I can help you out with that. But the what I really want to see is like that 1 day 50 moving average. At least start to flip for some of these and see bullish market structure at the bottom, right? So we have the macro patterns, and we're seeing macro things that are like higher time frame that are showing us that we're in early signs of a reversal where I want to bid. But for me to like really start to go granular and look for leverage trades, I want to see a nice little uptrend, right? Like I love buy side trading. Like instead of flip flopping every which way, like that's how you miss some of the big moves. If you're just constantly flip flopping, like that's okay. You can be a good trader that way, but you miss a lot of big trend moves by doing that because you're constantly in and out, and you're going to be either selling too soon or flip flopping short, and you should have just held the initial entry long. And if you look back at it over time, and this is just something I learned maybe about myself, maybe you guys are better at it, but over time, if you would have just looked at a trend move and say you took this entire trend versus you sold here and you were trying to get back in and you got stopped out maybe once or twice, try to get back in and sold or whatever, you might be a little bit closer to break even or less profits than you would have made if you just took the entire trend move. And that's just over time. I've noticed that. I mean, I noticed that with a lot of people too. And sometimes it's better to just get in and hold it. Less size and just ride the trend. Less room for error. Trend is your friend. But that is why I'm waiting for some things to pop up first before I really start going heavy on the leverage again. I think that the time's right around the corner. But it's not there yet. Like it's still this choppy fucking mess. Which have at it. I mean, I don't need to waste my time looking at this type of stuff and trading it 24/7. But soon we're gonna get us breaking above your 50s like this, like AVAX just did, and start consolidating. Soon maybe we'll get above a 200, and then that's when you're gonna really start to see some big moves, and that's when you can look for those 30-minute, 15-minute harmonics into a strong trend that complete that you can find entries on. Like let's go back to AVAX and stuff like that. Like this is where you can find like good scalp moves once you have a good trend going up. I don't know if this is a harmonic here or not, but you could probably see 786, this like a cipher type thing. But there's a ton of harmonics that you can find once you start getting a good trend. Oh, it was on log scale, that's why that looked awkward to me. But once you start seeing that, that's when I'd prefer to trade more. Let some of these trade deals come in. I'm not talking about like crypto trade deals, but like just like overall trade deals, like with the US and everything else. Once some of these larger trade deals come in, I think that's ultimately when you'll start to see more things move up like quicker. And those will be fun to take trades in. For me, it's a lot of spot and just holding, consolidate. So how you're gonna make money here, especially if you're looking at this, right? Like it's kind of like almost dumb to not like be almost full port spot and then like a smaller leverage account to try to run up on the side when you have something like this. Like it's irresponsible. Like you could just easily see if you start to close below the 2.62 trillion on a monthly that you can get out of spot. But when you have a just very simple brain dead cup and handle pattern with a retest, but people are just too zoomed in to look on a monthly, like why would you not bet here, right? Like You have a pro-crypto president in the U.S., finally. They're thinking about getting rid of Jerome Powell, or the Fed dude or whatever, and like, I don't think they can legally, but I mean, this is an area where you would want to bid and be in spot. You want to ride the wave, because if we get a wave up to here, I mean, that's 7, 8x, but if you pick good altcoins, say some of them hit like a 20x, that can really change your life. If you take your net worth and you get a 20x, tell me your life isn't changed. Shit, even a 5x for me would be insane. People out here trying to get fucking 5% on a year, 10% on a year, beat the S&P. Don't forget how spoiled you guys are with some of this shit. This is the best market to trade in all of history, pretty much. That's why I say don't try to be greedy with it and like just only leverage trade. You can make way more consistent gains by just doing spot and finding good times to get into this market. A lot of it's newer people and a lot of it's people that other things like that, but it's just don't forget about spot, guys. It's the most important thing. Just holding coins. God forbid stuff fucking nukes 30% a day. They can't take your coins away from you like that, but if you're on leverage, they can. Yep. Yep, Vader. Yeah, but you can't live life like that, right? Whoever posted, somebody said, it seems like we're always one tweet away from tanking hard, though. But you can't live scared, right? Like, if you live life like that, then, I mean, you're only one day away from potentially dying, right? Like, you can either do that and, like, hide in your house, or you could live your life. Yeah, it's also one thing away from it pumping, right? Like, anything can happen. And that's the thing about the market. There's only a few things you can control. You can control your entry. You can control the amount that you're risking in the market, like how much you're putting in, and where you want to exit the market. Everything else, you can't control any of this, right? Like, you don't know for sure if price is going to a certain area. You could have Sailor wake up tomorrow for some reason and decide to fucking just nuke Bitcoin, and Bitcoin fucking wick down to like all the way down here. Like, it only takes one person. So like, and you don't, nobody's ever 100% sure on where the market's going. Like, yeah, I have thesis, I have min astrology, I draw on the charts, but like, I'm not 100% sure. It only takes one person ever to nuke coins. But you can't think like that, or else you'll never make money in the market. Because then you have fear, which shuts off parts of your brain to make decisions while you're trading. If you're scared of just like a one tweet or something, like maybe you'll have a setup that presents itself, it's your bread and butter, it's your favorite setup, but you're scared of a nuke or or somebody making a tweet or something. Like, you might not take that setup because you're scared. Okay, what do we want to look at? Now, I haven't really looked at too many coins today. We looked at Fartcoin. We looked at Ondo. Those are the only two I'm in, other than Maker, and I've been holding Maker for a while. Is Maker finally trying to break out? It's banging again. Rejected, but I think this chart's clean. I mean, if ETH does pop off, I think Maker's going to be one of those ones that people kind of forget about sometimes that just pops off as well. Like, I'm still in Maker from 1123. 123. I'm in from here. And this one I'm just going to hold. Pretty sure I just took like a 3x leverage. But I don't mind holding for like a potential 33% drawdown to it gets stopped out if I needed. Like, I only put in when I'm willing to lose. But when I was looking at this, I'm like, okay, this is a value area. If they stop me out with everything else I'm seeing in the market, and we're forming kind of like an inverse head and shoulders thing where we did have a sweep and we came back up and reclaim for now, I do want to see us put in a move, obviously. But in my opinion, if they come down and they stop me out from here in a 3x isolated trade, good for fucking them. I'll be impressed. But the risk to reward for me was down here. Like, obviously, if you only put in what you're willing to lose, you know what you're going to lose. I mean, dude, this could be a good trade. Alright, Magic had a fucking hell of a day, right? Do you guys remember me briefly covering Magic a couple streams ago? Oh god, where was the chart? I had my alerts go off, like, and I was like, it was literally a day or two after we talked about it on stream. I was like, let me set alerts, and if we get past this pivot, then it'll be a good long. And like, next thing I know, I think it was on OKX. I don't remember where it was. Fucking A. I might have deleted it too, because I had the alert. But I deleted the alert because I had it on 24/7 where it was like, yeah, I think I deleted it and I don't know where it is. It was just going crazy. Dude, what's the oldest Magic chart? I think I'm losing my mind. Weatherman, you probably know it. Focus, help focus. Yeah, there's definitely some goats in here. I've known a lot of them for a while. Some of them I've even taught harmonics, and now they make their own Discord, which is awesome. Or they've learned, and I've seen them be successful in trading, which is awesome to me. I love seeing people do that. Help change their lives. More power to them. Oh, this might be it. I think this is it. I think I deleted the alert though. Oh, no way. We actually kept going after last night. Holy shit. We're looking for the reclaim now on this level too. I think this is the area I was saying, like, if we get back above this and we can like reclaim this is fucking insane. And Arbitrum had a lot of money flowing into it too. I heard there was going to be potentially a big announcement. Yeah, look, another day. We had another Green Day yesterday after my alerts went off. Jesus. I don't know if you guys remember the stream. We were talking about it here. Pretty sure I have some of this stuff staked or on an Arbitrum wallet somewhere still. I think I sold most of it, but I do think I still have some. I wonder how cheap, like, all of the, what are they, the smalls and all that other stuff on Magic, on Treasure DAO are at the moment. I don't know if it'd be worth an investment, but it'd be worth at least looking at it. I mean, this is potentially setting up if we do get an all season for like, yeah, people have been super zoomed in, but like if we do get like a real alt season, like this thing is having a phenomenal setup, like high time frame if something were to happen. Like these are the type of charts you can like look back on and say that it's like a gaming ecosystem. But say they have some type of big partnership or something, and we're in a full-blown alt season or something, you can see stuff like really pop off on these like really quick. Link's another one that had like just a beautiful setup. Like full 886 again. If you guys remember the OG pattern on here from earlier in the cycle, ran this one up huge. My favorite, fucking Gartley. Just like Doge. I mean, Doge and Link look very, 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 very similar. I'm pretty sure they both have Gartley into like bat structures or like deep Gartley structures now. Like you had the Gartley over here for Doge, so you had the same pretty much setup. 618, 786. Your first impulse move up, so you have pretty much same thing here, and now you same thing that you're having over here. You're looking at Doge and Link being very similar, with like these like bat slash deep Gartley patterns down to like a full 886 retrace again. So these are like early signs of reversals at pivotal points in the market, while you're seeing all that high time frame stuff happen on like total, where you're retesting monthly levels on a cup and handle bullish pattern and stuff like that, and you're putting in back-to-back double weekly large bullish harmonics while that's happening at the same time. But I'm more interested in the higher time frame stuff, right? Like, sure, I think we could get a little retrace on the low time frame, but that's nothing to worry about. I mean, even stuff like Joe, like from AVAX, like Trader Joe. The Dex over there is like still so dirt cheap. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can short here if you want low time frame, but like high time frame, like this is more of a bid area. Like you filled this gap all the way down here. Did you sweep the all-time low? No. Yeah, you did. Look at that. All-time low swept. Oh. One thing for Joe too. It's an old chart. Need that reclaim. I still have alert set on this for the reclaim on Joe. Because look at this. I mean, let's just get rid of the harmonics. It's kind of janky. But, I mean, if Joe ever reclaims this, I want to be long Joe, personally. Because you probably get a large impulse move. I still have alert set on this. God forbid. I don't even remember when I put this down here. Probably here, because I thought it was getting close. But if we can somehow reclaim this in the future, first Bitcoin, like, and these altcoins can move fast. So if we do get a reclaim on this, like where you have all these lows here and you switch that into support, you probably get an impulse move up on this. And the market cap's probably so low right now, it doesn't take much money to move it up versus Bitcoin. Yeah, probably just, if that happened, I mean, this would probably be the easiest trade up to here, which is still a pretty big move versus Bitcoin. It probably moves fast. It's like 160% versus Bitcoin. I think it was KuCoin, actually. C pulls another one that in a good area. 618, 618. Let's go 786, 1618 area. Also holding another important level. Almost full 886. I mean, this is, take it down to the 1618 here. Yeah, again, you're above it. 886 level. I mean, another one that just looks like fantastic, right? Like if we were going to move and we're going to have another altcoin move, like this looks good. Like this is such an important level too. Probably lines up with this over here like perfectly. Watch. Pretty fucking close. Like another one, it's 13 cents. It's a real world asset coin. I think Clearpool's going to be doing pretty well. I don't know if Checks is on. So, yeah. I mean, Checks is also value area. Twitch. Probably again. 886. Let's go all time. Also in another good zone with a good product. I probably have to go on deck screener for some of these. Um, what is the greatest play for percentage gain? To be honest, if you find one, let me know. I think Fartcoin sub 20 cents was a good bet, but his first Solana. I have an XRP. One that I was talking about with my buddy. He was in XRP. I told him to pivot to fucking Fartcoin. I mean, what do you think about DocuSign Fader? Looks like a pretty pivotal area. It's getting flipped. I'm not too big on Sol at the moment. Like, I have some, but I like Sui. I think Sui's been holding its own versus Solana a lot. I mean, even Aptos, man, like, it's just such a more clear trade to me. Why did this flip? Like, this looks good. Like, this looks really good. I just think most of your X's aren't going to be from Solana anymore. Maybe stuff on Solana, but like, I think other things you're going to be able to get more X's out of than Solana. Yeah, I like AVAX too. A lot. This is old. It still stands. The fuck is this from? Oh, log scale. So many of these coins are so cheap. I mean, minus all the bullshit aside, like, if we get an all season, like, this is stuff you want to see. Lower low on a weekly. Right? Bullish div. Like, this can put in massive moves. Bile swept all time low, right? Oh my god, FTT. Injective 886. And a butterfly. You have a full 886 with a butterfly at the bottom. Wow. It's a good looking butterfly too. I might actually take a trade on this one. I mean, this is, you got a full 886 retrace. I don't know if there's a good one in here. But full 886, I mean, you at least have the butterfly. And I mean, this is a good butterfly. At the 886. maybe a shard from here. I don't know if it'll be within minimum though. Eh. Either way, filled all your gaps. Monthly gap filled completely. I think what I would like to see is us fill this, kind of do some stuff, maybe come back down, retest, take trade here to here and here. And just ride it in this area in between. Or if we come down farther here. But let's shift market structure. If we can shift a market structure on this. That's a big move. If you guys have anything else you want to look at, type it in. I'm going to go use the bathroom, be right back, and then I'll look over a few more things. Alright. This looks like a good setup though. I like this one. I'm going to write this one down. This is one I'm going to keep close eyes on in the Discord for a pretty good trade for us. Because I think this one actually looks really nice. And we're starting to get above the 50, which is early signs. Like, we've been below it for a long time. Massive bull div. Ooh, let's look at this one on a naked chart. Right, so like all-time 86. We got the weekly 50 above that one TP1 that I was looking at. But ultimately, what this is looking at for the weekly, look at this. Just massive weekly divergence. Starting to curl on the weekly. HSI, you're looking to break above the 50 on a weekly. That's like early signs. This could be a nice move. Yeah, this looks good. We're gonna look for an entry on this. I'll fine tune it and then we'll get in this one on the Discord. 4 hour actually looks pretty good. Completely filled. Midpoint is right into that FVG. Monthly order block. Inverse. Verify old one. What else are we looking at? I might layer this one for a low leverage. Shit, I might even do like a 4x on this if we can. I really like this setup higher time frame. Alright, cool. How's Jasmine doing? Oh, no way it came down here and retested this. Oh, that was fucking beautiful. Such an important pivot. Oh, that I had marked from forever ago. Yeah, if you guys remember taking a trade on it here with me, it was awesome. I had 2 lines on here when I opened this. I haven't looked at this chart in forever. Again, Jasmine looks good too. Let's get above this red and flip into support. Might be able to find an impulse move up. Probably at least a trade like in that range. At least. And we got a FEG there. 886. Again, another full 886. I mean, you can just simply do this too. Full 886 retrace. I mean, this might be the proper harmonic. .5886. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Yeah, this is it. I wonder if Carney software has it, if I could have saved myself a lot of time. Oh, look, there's the 382. That's that level I was talking about. Maybe even just front run it a little at that 382. I wonder if that's the 236. Up here, okay. 1.14. Again, another one that we should be looking for. A flip of this zone into support kind of confirms that we might be looking for that move, 60% move. We can just use for a nice little impulse up. With the butterfly. What's the 1618 of this? Let's take it to the bodies. If we take it to the body, it's probably a 618. Yeah, I think this could be a good one. Flip this zone. Yeah, that'd been a nice wick to grab today. Literally, what, 20 minutes ago? The fuck? What the fuck happened? Yeah, like I said, you probably can have a drop. Be really predatory if we fucking took out this low, then we took out this high, hit the 382, and then we came down. It's true though, right? Like, how do you fuck the most people here? Did we take out this high? No. Did we? No. Okay. Well, you got a 4-hour fair value gap that you came back down. Maybe you test this one. Or take out the low, then take out the high, and then come down. I think that would make me laugh. I don't know. Sean. Is that Sean with the clown? I can't see because I have streamer mode on. Um, I don't know how.
GM.
Holy fucking shit. It's a ghost. What up, bully?
You
What?
looking at shorts?
I wonder if I can hear you on the stream. I don't know if I can hear people from Discord can actually hear in there. I'm not looking at shorts. I'm just saying we could pull back.
Oh, okay.
I'm not looking for shorts down here. I don't
Okay,
feel like
cool,
just
cool.
scalping it. I'd rather just be
Yeah,
looking for the
I'm not
longs.
in. I was explaining that to someone yesterday, like a family member at Easter, and like I was just like, man, like you could scalp some stuff here, but not really my vibe. I'd rather just wait for the juicy pullback and just ape and go away.
100%. And can anybody confirm that if you can hear bully in YouTube and Twitter too? Because that would be ideal if I have it set up like that where we can kind of.
Did you post on Twitter so I can go and retweet the stuff?
Yeah,
Or
it's
is
on
this like
it's
a
on
private
Twitter
one?
too.
All right, cool. I got you.
It's a long one, so I just wanted to go on Twitter. But I want to start having guests on. Um, Scott already. I was gonna ask Scott and try to get Carney on here. I know I've been a guest on his a few times. I was gonna see if he wanted to do a Twitter stream with me one day. I want Weatherman. Weatherman, I want you on here one day. Just to do like a group think. And then I was gonna have a couple other people hop on too that I've already reached out to. But I'm gonna have people in like different expertise come on. I want to have a couple meme coin guys get in here. Um, maybe do some walkthroughs with what they do with that, and have a couple like bigger name people on here. And then I have a few buddies that have been around for a while that I'm gonna have them probably come on. Link looks so good. I know it's like everybody makes fun of Link because they call it like a stable coin, but dude, like when this thing finally goes, this thing's gonna go. $47.5 next stop. Frog looks pretty bottom too. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna pick steam up again, but I mean, it looks bottomed.
Dude, there's so many juicy opportunities on the table right now, man. It's like I think it's gonna be so fun soon.
Oh, it's gonna be. This is calm. Like this is very calm right now. Just giving everybody an overview of everything. That's why I wanted to do all the lineup, like what I was seeing with like total others.
How long
others
have
dominance.
I missed? How much of the stream have I missed?
Probably 2 hours.
Oh damn. Okay. Is this being recorded like for YouTube?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'll catch up.
And when everybody watches it back, they can hear me call you a pussy. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. So that's Bully. He's a great dude. I've been trading with him for what, 5, 6 years now?
Yeah, like going on 6, man.
I think it's been
So much
6 years. Me and him have been bouncing stuff back and forth with crypto. So when stuff really heats up, there's one person I can rely on that's in the Discord with me live, looking at plays.
Vision on.
When we lock in though, we really do find some bangers, but it's always like specific good times in the market when we do it too.
No, yeah, literally like either right before or right after, like a lot of people get super wrecked. Yeah.
I'll message you, Weatherman. We'll set up a time that you can do, and we'll do a Twitter live. Let me see if there's anything that I missed. That looked good. Confirm can hear. Okay, cool. So we do. If you are in on the Discord, you guys can talk on the stream as well, which will be good. I'll have to set up a stage where I can invite people to speak, so I don't have people coming in here and saying some dumb shit, which probably is gonna happen. But then I can use the soundboard too.
Respect the pump.
Do you have a juicy reentry on Tau?
So I haven't gotten back into Tau. I had a harmonic on it that looks like it played out, but I never bought back in. Oh wow, look at this. This played out perfectly.
Dude, I remember at the top of it when I was asking you about it, and you were like, "Yeah, wouldn't buy here." I was like, "All right, cool, shorting it." This was.
Yeah, this is where I said like I'm out. You remember this? I was like I'm out. And then I was like, I don't know if I would long here. Like
Yeah,
we're
literally.
literally like looks like a Head and Shoulders. This looks bearish as shit here.
And I was like, "All right, cool, slap."
And then I have this harmonic that looks like it fucking played out. We hit the 786. I mean, what did I have back here? I remember saying this would be like an ideal entry around this area. I first got in down here. I just haven't got back into this at all. And I actually haven't even looked at this chart, as you can tell. I have a lot of shit going on. But this is what I was looking at. I was looking at the shark, and this actually, I could have fine-tuned it a little bit better. This could be a 1618 max extension here, which if you brought it down to the 1618, well, not max, but like beginning extension for the shark, which is here, which called the exact bottom. But that little Head and Shoulders played out. It looked bearish as shit. Now you had, this was the bearish crab that you had. You had a type 2. So this is your type 2 return. Like you had your first one, you went down, and then you came back up, you swept the high, and then you did the final move on it. And now we have another pattern over on this side. Which did this come down to an all-time 886 or 786? Probably 786. That's what it looks like. Yeah. I mean, what if this is just a giant range? I don't know if anything else has. I remember Tau being added on Mexi, and that one of the only ones it was added on, I think, for a while. But I guess I can do this real quick. It's just so much shit I don't want to take off. I mean, what if it's just like right now you just have a pretty big range on it, right? I forgot who was asking me about this the other day. I mean, shit, bro. Doge might be a good trade, like, now. Unless we sweep down into the 618 here. Like, if this holds, 20% move up. At least into here. I mean, do we have bull divs? I know we had the bull div here. You could see on RSI, like, on the daily, right? I think I was showing somebody this earlier. But this daily bull div is enough juice to at least take it to their fair value gap. You had lower low, higher low. So Doge has the daily bull div here. I think once we get above that 50, I might take a trigger on this. But it's above it now and it's closed above it. The little trend at least that we had. And if we remember, we do have a harmonic on it, even though obviously I brought this down a little bit lower. It's like a deep. But I just took it to like where the consolidation is, which is like right around a 0.5. We had the full 886, which is what is important here, where we're trying to reverse. We have the bull div. We don't have any higher highs yet. I might actually take some scalps as like shorts on some of these areas though if we get it. We still got work to do on these though. Holy shit, it's 2 o'clock. It's been about 3 hours, 2.5 hours. Yeah, I think it's gym time.
Yeah, I just got back from that.
Oh, was this the last couple hours? This retrace on. Yeah. Magic looks like it could impulse again, bro. I feel like for some reason this thing's. It could just full retrace this, but like if it comes all the way back down, like this area, and it holds here, I feel like it could just impulse. Tia looked so shit. This is an old setup with that bat. The trigger, though, is reclaiming this level down here for me. Because that's the 886. Two harmonics lining up there for a pivot where we've had a consolidation and now we've been below it. So if we're going to get an impulse move, that's where I want to feel more comfortable. I mean, Uni's been cooked. It's a lot of opportunity, though, with everything down where it is. Boba. Big daily mover. Hi-fi. Magic. Spell. SKL. I haven't looked at SKL in a while. It's a good one, though, for Ethereum beta. I forgot about Say.
Scott Carney loves SKL.
He does. I know he does.
Oh, I put big time back on my watch list yesterday. Just,
Are they coming out with anything new with the? Oh my! Hold on.
I have no idea. I just remember that it was such a juicer for us. What, 2023? End of 2023? I need that again.
Dude,
I think
SKL looks fucking phenomenal right now.
I'm telling you, man. Like, there's so many juicers right now. I think once Bitcoin or S&P just finally catches its little bottom, I think, man, we're gonna have like some real good opportunities. This reminds me so much of like 2022.
I was looking for a butterfly. Yep, me too.
Have you done any gamba lately?
No.
Like roulette bullshit?
No.
Okay, cool. I was thinking about doing some maybe later on this week. Like, hopefully, if I get some fills, I just go back to just doing some degenerate gambling to make sure I don't overtrade. I'm just not too sure about the memes at the moment. What's your thoughts on Solana memes?
All in Fartcoin.
No new memes. Fartcoin only.
I mean, dude, look at this. Hold on. On the weekly, like it swept low into this just massive momentum slowing down on your MACD with the histogram. Like, look at that divergent. It's fucking insane.
Coming in for one more final like wick, just to get slurped up.
You ready for this?
Dímelo. No way. Bruh. No way that was Pixel.
Funny shit. I don't know if I have a cipher on here. I don't know why I don't.
Yeah.
Could happen. That weekly divergence is enough to send this. I mean, look at the last one, right?
Did that line up with October? Does your D line up with October?
Yeah, hold on. Look at
What is
this
that?
last weekly divergence. We had a huge one here. Like, these things can really send stuff. That daily's way above the 50 again. I think things are heating up, dude.
Hot, 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 hot.
This is like the last week or two has been like the first time where I'm like, holy shit. It could be happening again. These are like the signs I saw last cycle, 4 or 5 years ago. Everything's so cheap. How's the Luna Classic, bro? Crime season? Oh, the OP fucking butterfly never played out. I don't think I ever took this. Did we ever touch that? Like, yeah, we went into it. Feels like forever ago when some of these played out. This didn't. Tasuka. How cheap is Apu right now? Wow. Can I run this back? You ready to bid AMD with me? Bully?
Yes, yes as fuck. My bad, I was on the phone with my girlfriend.
75 bucks. If we can get that. Probably next week.
Bro, probably tomorrow.
I hope.
That was, bro, I spent like all weekend telling like all my like family members that was at like Easter yesterday, like, yo, I'm like bidding soon. Like have those orders ready. So I mean like hopefully tomorrow, because I did start setting some bids like yesterday.
Yeah, 444 here as well. The angel number. Eight eight four, all divisible by 4. I don't know. Watch it happen on April, which is the month 4/24. Tomorrow.
Literally, like, give me that fill tomorrow. $50, choose it.
That makes sense. Let's say 21st. It'd actually be in like a few days. Thursday.
Like, I think there's so many like early longers that need to get wiped out, and like just let us wipe them today, tomorrow. Just like give me some fills, at least a little bit of fills.
Are we gonna have a chip war, bro? Because if so, we're gonna have a fucking. You ready for this? Livermore pivot. AI.
Oh my gosh, those are my favorite. Yo, those are the 2022 patterns.
AI goes crazy. You need
Yo,
You need more computing power. You get more chips. You have a Livermore pivot with a 886 perfect bat pattern. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nah, this is like deja vu.
Where's that monthly gap at? Is there a
Are they
gap here?
really gonna let us run it back turbo though, Ponzi? Like really though?
Maybe. Before they crash everything. Everybody needs to get their money out, get everybody hyper bullish again. And then they'll dump on them. Then we're cooked. I mean, it's a good setup, bro. This is one of my favorite harmonics that I've seen across everything. This is just getting, momentum's just slowing down more and more too here. Look at that. Oh my god, this is the lowest this has ever been. Do you see this? I have to fucking zoom down on it.
Yeah, that's fucking inflected as fuck. I think this is gonna be a really juicy week.
This looks insane, actually.
I need my fills, man.
AMD looks fucking insane. He looks cooked.
I really would love like 1100 on that thing though.
I need to make another harmonic spotter watch list. God, that's gonna take so much time to do it again.
Dude, that's what I kind of like spent my weekend doing, watch lists. I'm still not done.
I'm talking about this. Hold on. I'll show you. These, where you can put tokens in there. So if you actually take this and move this. Forget. It's been a while. So if you take this and you take like a thing and you take off like the actual chart. Let me go do like Bitcoin or something. Should be a way to take off Bitcoin, I forget. And like hide it. So you
Yeah,
can like,
it's the eye.
yeah, so you can like take it off. And once you hide it, you can actually put on like 9 of these. So you would go here and you'd edit it and you can type in each ticker and then you can set it for the time frame. So if I want to look at like BTC, and we'll do like AVAX. I think this is the best part about Carney software. And once you have it all updated, you can like move it around in panes if you need. So you can put one in the bottom left, you can put one in the bottom middle. And then make it bigger.
Oh, wow. I like this.
So I used to have like 80 tickers on here, and you can go between time frames. So like on the weekly, it'll show you which of his patterns on his software popped up. So if I went to like a daily, it would show you like, okay, so there's a bat pattern on link on the daily. You're 14 bars in. Your hop's 486, T1 18, then 22. Then if you go to link on the daily, turn on a software, you have your bat pattern with your targets. 1806, 2298. So even if you want to trade low time frame, if you type in, set it up with 90 tickers and 9 rows, you can scan his software and see what patterns are popped up in each time frame. So right now there's a bearish crab on AVAX on the 15 minute. So if I go to AVAX on a 15 minute, it saves me so much time. You can see there was a 15 minute bearish harmonic here that we just hit T1. Which I don't know why the watch list isn't pulling up correctly. But I have to mess with it again. But that's another reason to go there and get his software, because it's awesome. Like that 15 minute bearish one here on Sui. Showed you the crab here. 15 minute bearish bat, it looks like on BTC. So that was an old one. But you can actually just go in and type in all of them. Like what you would do is you would just go here and add another watch list one and then move it up. Let me get these minimized. And then settings, or right click I think. Move to existing pane above. And then go into settings for the next one and place it where you want. But then you would save it as like an indicator, like watch list type thing. And then from there you could just set up like 9 of them and have 9 times, I think you can fit 9 in here, 81 coins. So if you want to look at 81 coins and look for setups, you can just go through time frames and find them. But it's really helpful. I mean, even if you're looking for like 1 hour, depending what time frame you want it, you can really scan really easy with this. And it saves you a lot of time doing legwork flipping through coins, because you can like look, okay, there's this token that has a bullish pattern or a 1 hour bearish one, take a trade. Especially when things heat up. When things heat up and you can actually trade on the lower time frame for pretty big moves. 5 minute, 15 minute, this thing's fucking ideal. Like Ondo has a 1 hour bearish bat at the moment. That hit to a T. Like look at that. It would have printed, it'd have been able to take this trade. Is this type 2 though? Are we type 2 on a Gartley on a 1 hour? Almost. Six 1-8 pullback. Filled the 4-hour gap. I mean, but it's really fun to use for lower time frame trading because you can spot stuff pretty quick. Like, say if you're going to take like a minimal risk trade here, like maybe place like stop below here for just like a scalp, like 3 to 1 potentially. Take out here maybe if something like this were to play out. But that's usually when you're in a really good trending market, you find those low time frame harmonics with it. Fucking bangers. Because this bearish crab just fully played out on the 15. You had a 15-minute one and a 1-hour bearish harmonic on this that just played out. And he has a potential, it looks like a crab here. So you'd have two. You'd have that bat and that crab on the lower time frame. I mean, even if you wanted to keep this nice and tight, give it a shot with that wick. But then again, the PRZ is here, so you could definitely retest that again. That's probably safer. 3 to 1. That's what I'll probably do. I'll probably set this up again. Let me see. I don't know if I have the template saved anymore. I used to have it saved. I'm definitely going to add Fartcoin to this one real quick, though. What else do we want? We were looking at Cetus. I don't know if I'm going to overtrade Cetus. Injective, though. Look good, right? We said Jasmine looked good. Jasmine's actually pretty fun to trade. Maybe we add Aave in there because if DeFi bounces from that thing we looked at the beginning of the stream. So Fartcoin, 4-hour bullish harmonic. That's old.
Hey, do you have AXL?
Axel?
Yeah, I really like it.
$18 bars. We formed a bearish alt bat on Fartcoin on the 1-hour. Alt bat? Does he have it pinned from here? Yeah. I would say probably just a bet. I mean, either one works, right? But I would be looking at kind of, this is actually like a bearish Gartley almost. But you can see two. It already played out. Oh, that was a nice one. 1414, 786, pretty much 618.5. played though. It just played for T1. Come back up. Maybe if we T2 again, we get one last bid here. Most important part here is you're above the 236 again. I think this thing impulse moves. I really think it's like, my opinion, irresponsible to not have at least a 2 to 3x leverage fart coin position. I added heavy here for leverage, but I've been spot down here. But if I bought spot again, it would have to be back down here. With that earlier one that I showed you guys, I'd have to get it down here again. The only thing with Fartcoin Bully, like, you know, I'm not like a huge fractal guy, but
Nah, that's insane.
yeah, let's shorten it. Like, I'm not a huge fractal guy, but like,
You know I am.
I know you are. That's why I wanted to show you it. Like, it's literally the same structure. Like, up, chopped, up, and then, yeah, this might have went up quicker, but like, it shows what could happen next. If the same market makers are gonna kind of do the same thing, it doesn't have to be exact, but like, you see an impulse move up soon. And then you also have this trend line that is held.
I think basically just bid the 3 drives. Bid the 3 drives before the run up.
Is this a we came down to a 0.5, right? Like, that's we came 0.5 here.
Yeah, I think it was perfect 4-4 or something.
So 0.5, 2.0, 125. I don't know, but that's right where we would want it though. 382.
Yeah, I want a $1.20 for a solid 4x.
2.24.
I think I have some limits around 58 cents exactly on the fart.
2.618, 382 to 2.24 is an extension, or 2618, 3.14, and 3618 are like the extensions for 382 for AB equals CDs. Which would take you to the fractal level.
I had a thought the other day, right? I'm like, I've been in gold since about 1800, like heavy. I'm like, does gold go up 2 to 3x from here, or like more, or does Fartcoin go up 2 to 3x from here? Like, do I move my gold portfolio into Fartcoin?
I mean,
is that where we are?
I feel like
at
gold's
in
way
this
more
cycle?
stable at the moment, but I don't know. We might be. I'm huge into Fartcoin right now. I think it's hilarious. I think it's easy to catch people's attention with because it's funny. I think it's been the safe haven for most big names in crypto for meme coins to consolidate into a meme coin and just pick one after we've had a meme coin cycle that the dilution was fucking insane. I think if you're just coming into crypto and you hear about Fartcoin, you laugh about it and you buy it. I think the higher it goes, the funnier it gets. I really gotta go to the gym though. I literally just finished the pre-workout and I'm about to start tweaking. So, see you guys. Good stream.
GG's, brother.
I'll post on Twitter a link to the Discord if you guys want to join. So I have the free section where I stream sometimes in, and then I'm gonna be doing private stream. Of course, my mic fucking died when I was gonna talk at the end, but I've been gonna be doing some private streams as well on the Discord. We're gonna be doing Twitter. Hopefully, get some guest appearances on here with streams on Twitter. But if you join the Discord, we are doing it's like 1 Solana for lifetime. Where a lot of places are charging like $50 a month or whatever if you guys want in here for forever. It'll be 1 Solana right now, or there's a link to sign up if you want in the section where I post most of my thoughts and ideas and respond to people a lot of the times. So that'll be in there. That's for 150 until Cinco de Mayo. Just because I wanted to make it cheap while everything's super low here, because I think this is the most important time to lock in and get positioned. So I don't want there to be like a huge barrier for people to enter if they want to. And I'm going to set up an affiliate link this week where if you want to bring some friends in, you can get a commission sent to you if you bring people in as well. But yeah, I'd love to have you guys in there. Looking forward to it, and we'll do another one tomorrow. See ya.